All right, so I really couldn't wait another second to record this because wow. Flat earthers. Flat earthers. So, an argument that I've heard a lot recently is about aviation, to prove the point of flat earth. Because according to the flat earth model, which we'll talk about that in a minute. So, per the flat earth model, airlines are restricted by certain things because of distance, which is heinous because Boeing has the 777 Worldliner, which will connect any two airports in the world. So I don't see that being a problem anymore. But so the argument is that there are no airline flights that fly from New Zealand to South America. Okay, which checks out. Okay, your observation is correct, right? However, there are reasons for this. Let me explain. So I went on Google, and there's a lot you can learn from Google, guys. You can learn mathematics and just simple, basic scientific principles that will help in further understanding. So anyways, so I'm like, all right, well, if I am let's say I live in New Zealand and I want to travel abroad, where are all of my fellow New Zealanders traveling when they go abroad every year? Okay. So number one place that New Zealand, if you live in New Zealand, where you would travel, by the way, population of New Zealand is about 4 million. So where do they go? Number one, you can probably guess, Australia. Yes, that's correct. And so number 2, 3, and 4 are all islands, like destination spots that I would love to go, like Fiji. I don't remember the other two, but I'm nearly certain Fiji is one of them. Dream tropical destination spots, and happen to be pretty close to New Zealand, so that makes a lot of sense. But guess what number 5 was? The United States of America was number 5. And only about 100,000 of that 4 million travel to the U.S. every year. I think that's interesting because the United States is a very, very popular destination for tourists that travel internationally. You know, a lot of people want to come here, and always have. That's why we're here, right? So, if less than 100,000 New Zealanders are going to America every year, I mean, I wonder how many actually go to South America, right? Not enough to really even be able to give a number on that, right? It's such a small amount. And so, if that is the case, then why would you send an empty airplane across the Pacific Ocean if you're trying to run a business? You know, it makes no sense. If you need me to unpack that for you, just get a hold of me privately, okay? And I will unpack to you why that makes no sense if you're trying to run a business. And furthermore, guys, there are a lot of free resources on economics, basic business practices, you know, that I would, maybe flat earthers, maybe you guys just aren't business people, you know? And so here's another reason why that plane typically 99 of 100 times will not fly from New Zealand to South America. Okay, they're gonna divert, go somewhere else. One, to change planes, pick up people, but number 2 is that they would be flying over the Pacific Ocean. And guess what is not in the Pacific Ocean? Airports, right? Land. So most of the time, if not all of the time, if a plane has a failure while they're in the air, they can safely land at an airport, okay? Because they're over land where there are a lot of airports. And that is the reason why the planes aren't crashing everywhere. They have problems, y'all. They just are able to land. Like, we're able to pull over on the side of the road when something happens to our car, and we're fine. So the people that own airlines assume a lot of responsibility. And so they don't take chances when they don't have to. It's rare that an airline, let me rephrase that. An airline will do everything they can to fly over the least amount of water that they have to. Even areas that don't have a lot of airports, they're going to avoid those, okay? Because what is, making all of that money if you're going to get sued and have to pay it back? No, they're gonna do their best, right, to try to make it as safe as possible. And hey, they've done a great job, okay? So let's say you own an airline, right? And one of your planes crashed in the ocean. Then guess what? Those families would be coming to you with their attorneys, who would be literally reaching up into your rear end and pulling your wallet out every chance that they got, okay? So yeah, no, they're not going to take those chances, guys. That's why airlines typically will stay over land as much as they can when making those kind of flights. Okay, I mean, let's say it. So the flat Earth model, real quick, I just want to touch on this. Where did you all come up with that map? Because the globe Earth was mapped by people who built boats, understood, for you Gen Zers, this might be a little bit out there, but there is this thing called mathematics that were originally invented, or originally discovered, I should say, by simply using our brain. And so by doing that, many different nations, conglomerates of people, they set out and they got in boats or horses or whatever, walked, and they were cartographers, which is people that used to make maps for real, and they would use mathematical equations to calculate distance and angles and elevation and topography. They physically went with no cell phones or anything, and they went around in little boats and they drew maps, and many of the different people that never knew each other and knew that each other were doing that, their maps looked the same, relatively. So where did yours come from? Because, I mean, like, it's almost like, would you guys, like, go into an opium den for a few days and come out and be like, this must be the way that it is? Because it makes no sense. There's literally no scientific theory whatsoever, other than just, hey, this looks good, that makes sense. And I would love, more than anything, to have a flat earther explain to me and show me evidence and proof that is the way that the earth is, like the way where the land masses are organized. And I don't even care, minus the whole flat part. How did you get the continental organization that you have? And I'm very open to that conversation, okay? And here's what I think, guys. And this is going to sound condescending, but I'm being very sincere, okay? This is my message to flat earthers, is that I believe in you. I believe in you. I don't believe you. I believe in you. But you guys are, I mean, it's a serious waste of good time with smart people, because you all are very passionate about what you do. Things you're passionate about, you educate yourself on, I believe in you guys. Take this passion that you have for something that's ridiculous. It's about the most Christian way I could say that, and put it towards something that is important immediately around you, your peers, your family, God. Do something that directly influences that. Put your passion into that, and I guarantee you, you will make a big difference in this world. Not the flat one, the globe one. But yeah, so if you need, I would love to have open conversations, debates on this issue. It's very hard for me to get a flat earther to debate me on a live on some platform, but I'm very open to that if you're interested in that, because I want to learn more about it. But there is an overwhelming amount of evidence against you, and the plain one I would call officially now debunked. So stay classy out there.